Hi, this is Nick Bailey from the Salesforce.com Foundation, and I want to show you Event Check-In on the iPad that's built on top of Salesforce campaigns. I'm on the board of an organization called Help Sudan, and we just had our 2013 fundraiser last weekend and used this page to check people in as they came in the door and want to give you a quick tour. At the top of the page, you can see we have a few filters and some controls. In the middle of the page, we have a list of all the people that have pre-registered, and then at the bottom you can actually monitor the total event check-in progress. So you can see right now we have 4 of 22 guests checked in, which is 18% for this particular campaign. And this actually came in really handy at the event because you always start 10 or 15 minutes late to let the stragglers come in the door, and it was really easy for us to see when we got to 85-90% checked in to know when to start. So by default, we only show the people when you load the page that have not checked in yet, but you do have the option to switch to the entire list and actually see the people that have already checked in. We have the concept of a table host, so perhaps somebody purchases 8 tickets to reserve an entire table, and they'll let you know who comes, and then we can indicate who the table host is. So if we want to filter down to something like Lauren McWigan's table only, when we hit that filter, we'll just get Lauren McWigan and Jim responded. And then we also just have quick search functionality, so if we do something like search for Testy, we'll get Testy McTester here, who we can see is 67% checked in, and he's RSVP paid. And we also get Marty McTester because Testy McTester is his table host. So this quick search here actually looks at the entire row of data. And we have a plus button here on the right if we need to check somebody new in that's not in the list. But for now, let's just go ahead and check in Testy McTester. So we'll hit the pencil icon in the check-in column, and we get this new modal that pops up, and we can see that Testy McTester is who we're checking in. He's RSVP paid, so we don't have to worry about taking payment. He has a total of 6 guests, 4 of whom have checked in, which of course means that there's 2 remaining. And so then we can choose to check in either one more or both, and let's go ahead and check in both. And we also have the option here to add some notes. So the notes were nice just because if you have multiple people with different iPads and half of a group checks in and maybe they tell you, oh, my other group's going to be 15 minutes late, or the name of the people that are coming behind them, you can put it in the notes field to let the next person that does a check-in for this guest know. So we'll hit Save Changes, and what happens is we come back to the page and you can actually see that Testy McTester is now gone from the page because he's completely 100% checked in. The total event check-in progress is now moved up to 27% because we have 6 of 22 guests checked in. And let's just flip this to all so you can see what it looks like. Testy McTester here is 100% checked in. So a really quick way to check people in is they come in the door if they're pre-registered. Now, of course, you get a lot of people at the door that don't pre-register, and for that we have this little plus button. And when this comes up, it's just a real quick way to enter. It actually creates a contact and then adds them to this campaign. So we'll say that this is, person new contact, and their email is new@test.com. And we can choose how many guests they have. So maybe they say 4 are here right now, and there's going to be 2 more behind us, but we'll just pre-register and pay for them. And then we can choose the payment method. So I'll choose cash here, but what actually happens if you choose credit card as soon as you hit Save Changes, it will actually flip over to the credit card terminal app on iPad, and we had credit card readers plugged into them, and it pre-filled the entire transaction for us. So when you flip over there, it will say, this is for new contact, and here's their email address, and because there's 4 guests, it pre-filled the amount that they owed for us, so that by the time we got there, all we had to do was take their credit card, quickly swipe it, hit charge, let them sign the iPad with their finger, and they were completely paid and checked in under 15 seconds. It actually worked out really nicely. But because this is the iPad simulator, I can't install that app to show you. So we'll just say that he's going to pay by cash and save the changes. And then what we'll see here is that new contact lands in the list as 50% checked in. So that's event check-in on iPad. It's just a Visualforce page, completely native to Salesforce.com, and works directly from the standard campaigns object. Thanks for listening.